So this one is incredible. Check this out. Almost like a wing up there, isn't it? I genuinely haven't seen peel this bad in I don't even know how long. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. This is by far one of the worst peels I've ever seen in my entire career. Apparently this one, the customer's completely unaware that it's been repaired before. So they took it through a car wash and yeah, they had a knock on the window by the cleaner who was holding a big chunk of the paintwork and said this has come off. So yeah, they weren't very happy, obviously. It's no fault of the jet wash companies. Obviously the paintwork, you can clearly see it's not been done very well at all. And there's no warranty on this sort of work. Again, there's rust there. We don't give a warranty against rust or previous repairs, but I am going to do my best to get rid of all this flaking paint. We're going to, yeah, go back to basics with it basically and try and get this all looking good again. So if you're into this sort of stuff and you want to follow along, please drop a like on the video and subscribe. And if you have any questions, put a comment below, and I do try and get back to everyone. So yeah, just bear with me. I am really busy at the moment, but I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Let's crack on with it. And get my bin. I have never ever seen something this bad in my entire life. Crazy. Oh dear.
I would like to point out here, in my excitement, as soon as I saw this, I thought this will make a great video. I didn't anticipate how messy and awkward this would be. In hindsight, I should have just refused to take on the job, but content comes first, and yeah, I didn't use my brain on this one and decided to just take it on anyway. So yeah, it does get a bit messy. I'm just peeling it all off by hand now, just to make my life a bit easier. Obviously I could just get a sander and start sanding it straight away, but I thought this was a little bit cleaner in the long run, just manually peeling off all the areas, and then we can come in with a sander later on.
Jesus. Oh my God. This has been double-sided taped back on. And all that white you can see is actually the paint off the panel. Wow. I'll try and clean that up. Clean that up later. Going to take out the rear lamp as well. So we're at this stage now where we're pretty much ready for sanding it down, just to see how far this peeling goes. This is the fun part really, because this could turn into a massive strip down. I'm expecting it to be honest. But we'll hit it with 180s first of all on an electric sander, and we'll just feather this back and just see where it wants to stop peeling. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We'll get some tape just around some of these edges. Mainly, to be honest, around this glass section here. I don't want to damage this. So I'm just going to get a couple of layers of 2-inch tape on there, just to protect it from the sanding disc. Don't really fancy buying a new glass for this as well. This is a heads up as well. We are going to be blending into the front door. The colour was slightly yellower on the poorly repaired panel. Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable trying to get a shade match on white edge to edge on a vehicle of this age. It's 2011, so yeah, assuming that's not a private plate anyway. Here we go. So we'll go with 180s first of all. Let's see what happens. You can see one of the reasons this has failed here. I'm assuming this is the primer they've used. They've just put like a very light misting on. This is bare metal, and you can see how patchy the primer is. So yeah, it's just not done any job, and it actually doesn't feel like it's been keyed up at all. It's really rough. So yeah, let's carry on anyway. So I made a little bit of a mistake here. I ran out of etch primer, which I'm going to need a lot of to spray onto this bare metal. So I've ordered that. It is on its way, but I've got about an hour before the van even sets off to me to deliver it. So my mistake, obviously, I didn't realise I'd run out. So I've got a few bits I can do in the meantime. So I'm going to prep the door for blending. I'm going to also throw it in free of charge. I'm going to blend the rear bumper corner. There was a lot of blistering at this back edge of the quarter as well, which I didn't see on. I did quote this on images. It's obviously really tricky to get them quite accurate when they're this bad anyway. So yeah, we are going to be fading into the rear bumper corner. I'm going to try and tidy up this trim as well. So again, I'm not sure if it'll show up on camera very well, but there's like overspray paint. It's peeling. And the back here where it pulled off some of the cracking and flaking paint, I'm going to try and cut off the old tape that's on here. So I've got a few things I can do while I'm waiting for the etch primer now. Yeah, so I'm going to start cleaning this trim up first of all. Oh, fun thing as well that I noticed. So obviously there could have been scratch damage on this panel, but I'm not sure if you can see here, that's filler. This tiny little area of filler. So this whole panel could have failed for a repair that was as small as this tiny little dent that's been repaired there. So yeah, what a shame. Anyway, we'll get it sorted. Oh my god, it's not even tape. They haven't used double-sided tape, they've used like silicone sealer, like a Sikaflex sealer. Oh wow. Oh dear. It's completely, you see in there, it's completely filled up with sealant. Wow. What a shame. So I think that's the best I'm going to get that. Is it perfect? No. Am I happy with it? Not really. But saves them buying a new trim. And I know these little tiny chrome sections on these trims are very expensive. So I will inform the customer that it does need a new one. I've cleaned up the best I can. This silicone is just stuck in there now. I've been razor blading it for, I don't know, probably about 10 minutes now. But I'm never going to get it all off. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at there. There is also a clip missing. You can see they've just filled up the hole with silicone. I've trimmed it back level, so it should go on okay. But again, I'll let the customer know it needs a replacement trim. I just can't be spending all day trying to clean this one up. I'm going to mask off this chrome section now. Again, there's so much silicone there, I can't separate the chrome piece anymore. The clips that hold it together are now one. So I'll mask up this trim. I'll mask up the chrome section, run a sander over the trim just to get rid of this little bit of flaking paint on there, and yeah, we're good to go.
We can get all the edges and blend panels scotched and prepped now, all cleaned up and keyed up ready for painting. It's a vital and key stage in preparation, so you want to make sure you get all the areas keyed up properly. As I got to the door, I noticed it dropped down when I opened it.
The doors dropped slightly.
Oh, thanks, yeah. I was just saying that.
See if we can bring you in so you can see.
So I did a bit of looking into this, and it was catching on the latch. So I just spent a bit of extra time moving the hinge and just readjusting it. Not perfect, but it's much better than it was. So we're going to get masked up a primer now. We're just going to outline and put some paper on there. And then we're going to throw an etch primer on. And we're ready for high build. The acid etch is for bare metal. And the high build primer goes over the top to create adhesion for the paintwork to stick. High build gets 2 solid coats. And we bake it for around about 20 minutes.
It's all baked off now. The sun's been helping us out as well, keep the panel temperature nice and warm. So I'm going to go over with 600s wet and dry using a thick rubber block on the flat areas. And then on the inverted curve sections, because I can't really use a block on there, I'll end up with harsh scratches and edges, so I'll just end up doing that bit by hand. So 600 on a block, and we're going to use a bit of water.
So yeah, sorry about that, my microphone ran out of battery. I'll just repeat a little bit just in case. I'm just going to run a block over it with 600s wet and dry now. I'm using a block on the flat areas so I can get it nice and smooth, but on the curved edges I'm obviously not going to use a block there. I'll just gently, without any pressure, use my hand on those areas. Little tip here, I'm using the edge of the rubber block just to use as a squeegee so I can dry the area. This way I can just see if there's any low spots in the primer, just to make my life a bit easier and make sure it's all straight. Another little tip with the primer, when you're flatting, don't keep your block in the same area and go in the same direction for too long, because what can happen then is you can end up with what's called tram lines in your primer, which is where you've kept the block in the same rotation, in the same position for too long, and it just like, you basically sand in a little chamfer down the middle, the width of your block. So just keep it moving around in different directions. And yeah, don't apply much pressure at all, and you'll be all good.
Cool, so we're all flat down now. I'm just going to start cleaning down now for the final one before masking up. Colours all ready to go. I ended up mixing 120 grams in for this one, so quite a lot of paint here, but we're painting the full panel, we need to base it all up. So yeah, we're going to start masking up now and get ready for painting. I'm going to do all the edges first, so I'll do the bumper bracket behind there. I'm going to leave the bumper separated while I'm painting, just so I can get paint product on the back edges properly. So yeah, I'll end up taping off all the trim behind there. I'll probably end up tucking some masking paper as well, just to make my life easier, but we'll see how far we need to go.
me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. Understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. I'm feeling numb. I lost my soul. It's on the run. I need a spot. I need some fun. I'm in the dark. Like what's to come? It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those eyes. Got up and I beat those eyes. Understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. Yeah. It's me versus me. It's you and I. The time is now. It's do or die. I chose my path. No choosing sides. I'll tell you what comes. Hit for the ride. I'm that guy. No more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. Yeah, I'm that guy. No more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. I'm that guy.
So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, remember, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.